And still in the nation's capital, the chief executive of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, wants independent petroleum producers and other indigenous players to see the divestment of some upstream assets by international oil companies as an opportunity rather than a threat. TVC News' Celestina Iria reports.
Indigenous players across the value chain have an opportunity to deploy their competence and ingenuity in promoting vibrancy and capacity utilization in the oil industry. It is an opportunity brought about by the divestment of upstream assets by international OCs. It is also an opportunity to look inward in the sector to prove the capability of local content in value addition and optimizing development of the nation's hydrocarbon resources. NUPRC acknowledges the threat posed to the development of the Nigerian hydrocarbon industry by divestment of international oil companies. The push by the IOCs to divest is mainly as a result of the hostile upstream petroleum environment arising from crude oil theft and energy transition as a global response to the advocacy for the reduction in carbon emission.
Nigeria has the largest participation of local independents in the domestic oil and gas activities of all petroleum-producing countries.
Komolafe said, if not for the Local Content Act, nobody will remember indigenous players. But today, we're where we are, accounting for almost 60% of the domestic gas production and 15% going to 20% of our crude oil production.
The global energy transition drive requires a repositioning of our industry to seize the opportunities and guard against the threats that these events may pose to the nation's energy security.
Indigenous companies contribute about 30% of crude oil and 20% of gas production, as well as 40% and 32% of oil and gas reserves, respectively. 7 indigenous companies are among the top 20 companies with the highest oil reserves in Nigeria. It is estimated that energy demand across Africa in 2040 would increase by about 30% compared to the current level. Consequently, the divestment of the IOCs away from Nigerian onshore and shallow water terrains presents a massive opportunity for new operators to step in and take charge of these assets. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.